Two teams that have found their rhythm here this conference go at it as Toyama visits Nagoya this afternoon here in the B-League. Good afternoon and welcome to B-League action this Saturday afternoon as we welcome you from the Dolphins Arena. The Toyama Grouses come in here trying to face the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins with both these squads on 3-game winning streaks. So one streak will come to an end here this afternoon. These two teams have actually faced each other already earlier this season. Nagoya winning the first two encounters with a score of 94-68 and 99-74. Who will take this third round? We'll find out in just a bit. If you take a look at the Toyama Grouses, they've done quite well on a 3-game winning streak, as I mentioned, without their main big man, Josh Smith. They're losing actually 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. As we take a look at the team standings here, Nagoya at 12-7, and Toyama at 7-12. Looking at their records from last season, Toyama finished in 5th spot with 39 wins, 21 losses. Nagoya finished at 10th with a 32-24 card. So Toyama needs to make up a lot of ground. Let's take a look at some of the action here from their previous matches. What you're watching right now is the last game of Nagoya, where they won against Seahorses Mikawa with a score of 82-65. That was their third win. The previous weekend, they played Kyoto twice, and they won those two games 91-58 and 93-48. So things looking good here for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Scott Etherton there on your screens, leading the way for his squad on both offense and defense. And he's now gonna possibly have a field day because the matchup everybody was looking forward to, which is Scott Etherton up against Josh Smith, just might not materialize. Josh Smith still in the injured list. And so the big question is, who can stop the big man Scott Etherton? Looking at the other side, Toyama, as I mentioned, also on a 3-game winning streak. Their last win was last weekend when they defeated the Shinshu Brave Warriors 92-75. That was last December 15. You got a small contingent here of Grouses fans. Previous to that, they defeated the Shiga Lake Stars away. They won that first game 107-102, and they won their second game 95-90. So whose streak will continue here? We'll find out as we welcome the starters for the Toyama Grouses. This has been the regular starting 5 for the past 2 weeks. There you have first the rest of the squad. And today, starting out once again with number 5, Bryce Johnson. Number 11, Naoki Uto. Number 16, Keijuro Matsui. Number 24, Dwight Ramos. And number 32, Julian Mavunga. And there's confirmation on your screens. There's Bryce. There's Uto. Then Matsui, Ramos, and finally Mavunga. And there is their head coach, Coach Hono Hamaguchi. On your screens right now, the result of which we talked about earlier. The last win of Toyama up against Shinshu, winning that one 92-75. And as expected, do-it-all Julian Mavunga hitting from the outside. He will fill almost every stat sheet. Bryce with a spin. So coming off that rousing win, can they get 4 in a row? We'll find out here today. And now we have the starters for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Julian Mavunga will be the focal point of the defense for Nagoya. That's for certain. Look at the head-to-head matchups between these two squads. They faced each other 18 times before here in the B-League. That's the head-to-head matchup we're going to be looking out for all throughout the game till the very end. Scott Etherton against Julian Mavunga. And going back to what I was mentioning, the head-to-head, Nagoya has 13 wins. Toyama with 5. So you can say Nagoya has essentially owned Toyama. Will that continue here at the Dolphins Arena? We'll find out. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And there you have the starters for the Nagoya squad. Essentially the same starting 5 that Coach Sean Dennis has gone with the past 3 weeks. There's Sean Dennis on your screens. They're starting out with Ray Parks. They have Takumi Saito, Tenketsu Harimoto, Taito Nakahigashi, and Scott Etherton. They're the starters on your screens once again. The visitors with Johnson, Uto, Matsui, Ramos, and Mavunga. The home squad starting out with Parks, Saito, Harimoto, Nakahigashi, and Etherton. Both squads coming into this match on a 3-game winning streak on a high. One will be halted, the other one will continue. Will it be the visiting squad, or will it be the hometown guys in red? There they are. Once again, welcome back to B-League action this Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow we got another exciting affair as we feature 30 Ravenna. But today, it's going to be Ray Parks up against Dwight Ramos. Keys to victory here for Nagoya. They need to be able to shut down do-it-all import Julian Mavunga. On the other side for Nagoya, they need to be able to find someone that can match or at least equal Scott Etherton's contributions. For all the fans in the Philippines, you can catch all the B.LEAGUE action on Tap Sports, Tap Go, and the Smart GigaPlay app. Also on the Puso Pilipinas Facebook page and YouTube channel. Uto getting some last-minute instructions as we're about ready to begin. Welcome to the Dolphins Arena. And they're rocking early, wanting to make their presence felt. And here's a tip-off. Nice look there at Ray Parks. Dwight Ramos. A little bit later on, we'll see Ray Parks. They're matched up early, right beside each other. Etherton and Johnson to tip it off. First possession belongs to the boys in red, Nagoya. Looking for some space here. They go on the outside. First shot is going to drop there. Nice basket from Harimoto. Quick assist also for Takumi Saito, who has been playing so well this conference. 3-0. Early lead for Nagoya. First possession for the visiting squad. Quite surprising, they're not looking for Mavunga. There he is. He normally handles the ball. Looks inside. Bryce Johnson, easy layup. Squeezing past the defense there of Scott Etherton. That's surprising. 3-2 early tally. Ray Parks has found his range in the last couple of weeks and hits there. First three-point basket, and it's a 6-2 lead for Nagoya. Bryce. Uto. Now they go to Mavunga. A lot of times Mavunga brings down the ball himself. Ramos will try to go in. Floater works for Dwight Ramos. Ramos has 2. Parks with 3. Here's Parks matched up against Ramos. I'm going to move it around. Here's Scott. We'll give it out. Why not let their main man handle it? They go to Scott Etherton, and a foul is going to be called there. Might be on Mavunga. Very critical here for the imports of the boys in white to stay out of foul trouble. Mavunga picks up his first personal. Saito up against Uto. That's a good matchup. They let Scott take the 3, and he hits. And just like that, it's an 8-4 advantage here for Nagoya. That matches their biggest lead so far. Dwight Ramos will bring it down himself. There's a quick double. Mavunga gives it out. Now they'll set things up. Mavunga not bringing up the ball here. He'll step back and hit. We've had a very, very good scoring first couple of minutes. Shooting percentage very high. Harimoto will give it up. One of the first turnovers of the ball game. They whip it forward. Here's Ramos with a slam. Boy, you didn't see that one coming. They're pumped up. Talking about Toyama. They cut the lead down to 1. Ramos now with 4 points. Etherton fakes the 3. That's fancy footwork. It's not going to drop. That's going to be foul number 1 though on Bryce Johnson. A little bit of a body contact there on Johnson. Not as much. Nevertheless, it's his first personal foul. So Mavunga with 1, Bryce with 1. Remember, Josh Smith not in action here. He's suited up. He has been suited up. We saw him suited up last week during our coverage, but never fielded in. So Coach Hono just keeping him in the freezer, maybe for another weekend. But he was shooting around earlier. But today, unlike last week, he's now listed on the roster. So, who knows? He just might play. Last week was not on the list. Bryce hits. We're now tied at 10. Our very first deadlock. They send a quick double. That was actually a switch more than anything else. Uto's gonna get called for a foul there. Ray Parks being extra aggressive here this afternoon. 2 free throws coming up here for Ray. Uto wondering where the foul was. He says, Parks ran into me. That's going to be the first foul on Uto. Parks started out this season scorching. And then his game dropped a little bit with his outside shooting. But now, he's regained his touch. Gets those 2 free throws to drop. He's got 5 points. 4 points for Dwight Ramos' counterpart. Mavunga now bringing it down himself. Nice hands. Getting to the passing lanes. 3-on-2 break. But they'll set things up. First turnover here for the boys in white. From the outside, not going to work. One of the few misses we've seen here so far. 4 minutes gone. Just about here in the first period. Quick 3 hits. That's a nice basket from the outside from Matsui. That's his specialty. A 1-point lead by Toyama. Trying to answer back, and they do. Halt in the action here off that foul. Takumi Saito's going to hit the bench. And coming in his place, Tatsuya Ito, who has started out a few games. Cody Clark's also checking in for the first time. Looking at the box scores list submitted here by Nagoya. They're also not going to field in so far their other import. Etherton left open. A little bit too strong. Long rebound. Goes to the visiting team. Uto pushes it forward. Matsui launches a quick one. A little bit too strong. Ramos is going to track this one down. Saves it to the wrong individual. And they're off and running. Josh Smith. That's a good sign. Is now checked in. But very quickly, Cody Clark scores. Josh Smith didn't get down. That's a good sign here for the Toyama Grouses. Their imports complete now. Uto just past the timeline. Takes it out. Mavunga open for 3. He'll bring it closer. Matsui looks for another 3. Not that time. It's going to stay here on this end though. Past the halfway mark of the first period. And the Grouses fans ecstatic because Josh Smith back in harness. Now we're going to get to see that matchup we were looking forward to. Smith up against Etherton. Here it is. Matsui stepping on the baseline there. That was a good pass from Josh Smith. Looks like Matsui is trying to curl further out. When he should have just curled. Instead of the curl, he should have just gone straight to the basket. Coming in for the first time, Yusuke Karino. He's a shooter. 31-year-old, standing 6'1". Averaging 6 points and 1 rebound in 19 minutes of action. Clark Orchestrating, gives it up to Parks. Now Ito. Clark up against Mavunga. He's gonna bring it out. Etherton with a pick. Ito, nice handoff there to Etherton, but he just couldn't get the right control. He actually bumped a little bit into Josh Smith. And bumping into Smith will move you out of position. Believe me. 17-13 is our tally. Nagoya still up by 4. Toyama had a brief taste of the lead at 13-12. Checking in right now for the visiting squad, Toshiki Kamisawa. He started a few games early in the season, now coming off the bench. Matsui will go to Ramos. Josh Smith. Expect the defense to collapse. Nice find. Matsui for 3. Yes! Matsui's got 2 threes. Dwight Ramos picks up his first assist. Clark and company will slow things down. Their lead has been cut down to 1. Ito gets away. They forgot the man with the basketball, and he took it all the way in for a basket. Ramos will wait for the troops. Feels he's got a mismatch here against Carino. He is taller. Foul's going to be called there in Ito. And now we're going to have the first entry of Rob Dozier, who's the new import here for the squad of Nagoya. Recently signed because the other man, big man, 6'11" Shane Whittington, is out with an injury. More shock troopers coming in. Kevin Hariyama, the 3-point specialist. Bryce Johnson will check in as well. Rob Dozier, you may be familiar. Played in the PBA for the Alaska Aces. Matsui misses there. He's now 2 out of 4 from 3-point distance. Parks hits. Parks is now 2 for 2 from 3-point country. He's got 8 points. And the lead is now 6 at 22-16. Hariyama goes inside to the big man. Drop step move, not going to work. He's going to get his own miss. And that is going to be a delay of game here. The big men hardly get the benefit of the doubt in the game of basketball. Even in the NBA, they complain. Nice drop step, you can see there, but he just takes up so much space. How do you box him out? That's going to cut the lead down to 4. 3 minutes to go here in the opening period. Ito will give it up. Clark. Dozier on the inside. Sets that pick. No curl. Carino! The pass was just a little bit off to the left. That could have been, should have been a layup. And don't look now, but the veteran Tomokazu Abe will check in now. There he is. 36-year-old. Doesn't play as much as he used to. Averaging just 6 minutes on the floor. Chance of defense here at the Dolphins arena. Abe inside to Smith. There's the double. Leaves the 3 open. Short. Rebound by Clark. He's got Dozier in the wing. Gets it back. Clark there with a slam. Nice touch passing here by the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. And they increase their lead. It's once again up to 6 at 24-18. Welcome back to the action here at the Dolphins Arena as we have the Toyama Grouses visiting the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. B.LEAGUE action this Saturday afternoon. Anthony Suntai with the call. Glad you're joining us. Basketball at its best. Coming to you from Japan. Smith waiting for the double. Will he repost? They'll go to the other side. Hariyama for three. A little bit too strong, and there's Josh Smith with the offensive board. Again, they're going to rotate. An offensive foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Bryce Johnson, his first. Check that, his second. Looked like he got pulled down. Nevertheless, officially it's going to be his second personal foul. He doesn't like it. Might be a short day here for Bryce. Mavunga's going to come in and check in. So early foul trouble here for Bryce Johnson. For the squad of Nagoya. Of Toyama, rather. Cody Clark finds Dozier. Dozier's going to give it up. Nice find inside, but there's a block. Poor outlet. Ito with a floater. No. Dozier's going to tap that one out. And we're going to the other end. Ito apologizes, saying, I saw the opening. Toyama already in the penalty. Nagoya with one more foul to give. Abe brings it down, gives it up to Mavunga. Seems like to save the energy of Julian, they're having somebody else bring down that basketball. Smith, triple teamed, and a foul will be called. Who's it going to be on? You can see Dozier. It's half the size of Josh Smith. Here it is. He just gets moved out of the way. First personal foul is going to be called there on Carino. Nagoya will take that one definitely. Mavunga. Clark in his face. .62 seconds remaining in this first period. Hariyama for three. Nice touch pass there from Josh Smith. Doesn't work though. You got a shooter free. Under a minute now. Definitely a hold there. That's going to be a very poor foul here from Hariyama. As I mentioned earlier, they're in the penalty. That means it's going to be 2 free throws here. First personal foul there on Kevin, and he knows it. Grimacing there with that boo-boo. Tatsuya Ito on the line. Makes the first.
One more shot.
Ito puts up the second. That drops as well. And it's now an 8-point lead enjoyed by Nagoya at 26-18. Abe pushes it forward. Nice seal there by Josh Smith. He's going to come up short though. Nice tip by Hariyama. That might be the first personal foul on Dozier. Hariyama kept it alive. And there was the foul on Rob. Now both teams in the penalty. Clark gonna pick up his first here. They're discussing things. Looking to find ways to better approach their defensive scheme. There was an early switch. Cody Clark saying, let me take on Josh Smith, and he also picks up a personal. There's confirmation on your screen. So foul each for Dozier and Clark. And one team on the other side. Mavunga's got one. Bryce Johnson with two. Smith swishes the first. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins looking to be able to continue their winning ways. They're on a 3-game winning streak, as we mentioned at the top of the coverage, and have a 12-7 card. Parks will give it up. Clark will bring it down. Now finds Ito. Difference of about 5 seconds from the game clock. Shot clock. Open 3 for Carino. Yes! And the lead is now at 9 at 29-20. 3 is answered there by Hariyama. That's a specialty of the house for Kevin. And we're done here for the first 10 minutes of action. It's been a good one between these two teams, looking to continue their respective 3-game winning streaks. And at the end of the first quarter, it's 29 Nagoya, 23 Toyama. So far, it's been a well-played game by both these squads. And it's a 29-23 advantage for Nagoya. Foul's going to be called. No, it's going to be a traveling violation on Julian Mavunga. Cody Clark was asking for the call and he got it. Turnover here for Toyama. Only there already. Check that. Already there's 6 turnovers. So they had 5 in the first as compared to just 3 for the other side. Looking for Parks. Parks explodes to the basket. Will stop. Almost lost it. It's going to be picked up there by Dozier. Dozier to Clark. Clark with a floater. Lead is back up to 8 at 31-23. A lot of pressure being shown here in the backcourt. Mavunga, long 3 hits. Julian Mavunga's got that in his arsenal. Not to mention the fact that he likes to look for his open teammates. He's a willing passer. And rebounds as well. with the best guards in the league. Wing shot not gonna happen. Here's Mavunga bringing it up. Usually doesn't bring it up anymore. They're trying to save his energy. That's another turnover. 3-1 break. Dozer back. It's gonna go to Cody Clark. That was a well-run fast break, and the lead is now 11 at 33-26. Josh Smith inside, just trying to move everybody out of the way. Smith inside, the foul might be on Cody Clark. Are they giving it to Dozier? They're going to give it Dozier, so that means Rob's got 2. He'll have to be replaced. Here comes Scott Etherton. So now both teams with their full complement of international imports, and they do have their Asian imports in Dwight Ramos and Ray Parks. Josh Smith makes the first. Smith is also very familiar to the Filipino fans. He played for TNT in the PBA. And now taking his game over here to Japan. They're going to make it 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Not that time. You throw with the board, and here comes Ray Parks. Finds Scott. Scott will bring it closer. Parks. Nice find there. An assist for Parks. Etherton just kisses it off the glass. It is back up to 8. Biggest lead here for Nagoya was at 9. We've only had 1 tie, which is at 10 apiece. Mavunga to the wing. Intercepted. Saito. Nice look inside. That's just too easy. No transition defense here for the boys in white. And taking advantage was Nagoya, pushing it down as quickly as they possibly can. And they now lead by 10 at 37-27. Seven minutes, 45 seconds to be played here before we take a halftime break. 10-point lead here enjoyed by Nagoya. Foul in the backcourt. Had a good foul there by Harimoto. Butting up there against Ramos. Those are the fouls you'd like to be able to avoid. You don't want to get into early foul trouble, and at the same time, in the latter part of the quarter, give up easy free throws. Mavunga shows. Quickly goes to the other side. Floater's going to work here. Nice basket coming from Takeshi Mito, who just checked in. Floater drops. Etherton thought that was a pass to him, but that was a nice basket from Takumi Saito. Back up to 10 is the lead for Nagoya. Ramos to the corner. Mito. Josh Smith has been relieved. A lot of turnovers here. Saito will finish. This is now the biggest lead at 12. Surprisingly, Mavunga has given up the ball so many times. Ramos for three. Just short. Nice rebound there. But Johnson can't put it through. He'll get another rebound though. Mavunga puts up another long one. That rattles out. Easton with a board and Scott will bring it down himself. Hands it over to Ray Ray. Etherton for three. Just short. I would have brought the house down here at the Dolphins arena. Mavunga. Double teamed, had to give it up. Here's Mito. Mavunga. That's good defense there from Parks. Long Tom not going to work. Another rebound here from Etherton. And the home squad looking to run once again. Already up by 12. Go to the corner. Harimoto offline. And the foul's going to be called on Dwight Ramos. That's going to mean 3 free throws here. Trying to get confirmation there is Dwight as he picks up his first foul. Then Ketsu Harimoto on the line. Standing 6'6", 29 years old. He's a big part of this Diamond Dolphins team. Made the first two. Makes all three. And the lead is now at 15, at 44-29. Nice slam there by Bryce. That might just perk up his squad. They go right back inside to Scott. Scott with the left hand. Lead is back up to 15. A lot of pressure in the backcourt shown here by the boys in red. Nito. The boys in white are going without Julian Mavunga here. And just one import in Bryce Johnson. Shot clock's at 2. Prayer not answered. Parks with the rebound. It's going to be a turnover though. Ramos. Ramos inside will come up short. Nice rebound there by Scott. Grabbing that ball out of the air with 2 hands. No dead ball situation yet, so we cannot have our official timeout. Under 5 minutes. Nice swing. 3 on the way. Not there. Bryce Johnson with the rebound. Here's Ramos. Speeding things up. And then they'll wait. Ramos. Can hit the occasional 3. Doesn't really look for it too much. Nice pass inside. Bryce Johnson hits another basket. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13 as we get to our technical timeout of the second quarter. And still in control are the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Under 4 minutes to be played here. Before the halftime break, there's Julian Mavunga on your screens. Hasn't seen too much action. He's come up with 3 turnovers already. He actually has 3 of the 9 turnovers for Toyama. On the other hand, Nagoya only with 3 turnovers. And already 15 minutes gone here in this ball game. Clark calls out the play. They'll go to the wing. Why not go to Carino? Ito, the backup point guard. Scott will give it up. Cody Clark using that pick. Shot clock's down to 4. Do they realize it? Etherton did. Offensive rebound and put back there from Cody Clark, coming out of nowhere. Lead is back up to 15. Uto calling out the play. Asking for balance. Gets it. Now Hariyama comes on up. Back in the hands of Uto. Uto feels he's got the mismatch. Can't squeak it through. Just streaking to the basket was Carino. And he hits. Perfect pass. Yosuke now with 2 baskets. And the lead is 17 at 50-33. Ramos asking for it. Might try to take matters into his own hands. Does. Kicks it out. Uto gets denied. Etherton kicks it out. Clark could have actually passed it to Carino. Apologizes there. Was worried that if he issued a pass, it might have been too tight. Hariyama's going to pick up his first personal. Here's Kevin on your screen, standing 6'3", 28 years old. Clark though on the line. And the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins just continuing to pour on the pressure. This is a good substitution as Josh Smith is going to check back in. They need his inside presence. So he together with Bryce. Now the imports. You hardly see any of the coaches just go with one international import. But that time a while ago, for about a 2-minute stretch, Toyama was just with Bryce Johnson. Here's Smith. He'll give it up. Uto left open. He'll bring it closer. Almost a 3-second violation called on Josh Smith there. Scott, quick move. That's going to drop. And don't look now. The lead is at 21. What has happened here to Toyama? They've been blanked. As we mentioned, both these teams coming into this game on a high. It's an offensive foul going to be called on Josh Smith. That's going to be number 1 on Josh. That move, I think, was marked a little bit by frustration. Wasn't having his way. Cleared an offensive foul. Foul situation. Dwight with 1, Mavunga with 1, Bryce Johnson with 2, Josh Smith with 1. They're going to take a look at this one and see if it might be deemed an unsportsmanlike foul. On the other side, Rob Dozier's got 2, Cody Clark with 1. Well, the hand making contact to the face there. And it's an unsportsmanlike foul going to be called here on Josh Smith.
ゲーム記録を1分52秒で修正します。
Which is going to mean 2 free throws here for Scott. And they're going to get the ball back.
名古屋に2ショットが与えられます。
Not too much complaints there from Coach Hono. What can he do? That was caught by the referees, and they actually even went back to the replay just to confirm their call.
集中接骨院。One more shot.
Josh Smith continues to plead his case, saying, "Do you understand that I'm 6'10"? When I put my hands up, it's really going to come into contact with the face and the head of my opponent." Here's Ito. Ito inside. Overshoots that layup. Uto, bring it down quickly. Step back is going to work here for Bryce Johnson. Lead is still at 21 though. 3 on the way. A little bit off. Uto and his team now with a chance to bring it closer. They're still down by a bundle. Matsui, he's more effective catching and shooting. Here's Dwight Ramos for 3. Yes! Dwight with a nice basket. Gets his team to within 18. Clark will pick up his dribble. Go to Scott. Scott to Carino. Back to Scott. Clark. Clark will have to force this one up. And does. Won't hit. Referee there saying he made a mistake. He was pointing to the court of Nagoya when that was a foul by Ito very clearly. Quickly rectifying his mistake. Let's give it a second foul on Ito. Difference for about 7 seconds from the shot clock. Game clock. Nice hit there from Bryce. That cuts the lead down to 16. It once stood at a high of 23. So Toyama's got some foul to give. A foul to give, rather. That was it. Courtesy of Uto. I felt he gave it up a little bit too early because Ito was not yet going to the basket. Now they have no more fouls to give up here in the final 5.4. Especially if you have an import attacking the basket. Here's Clark. Shaking. Baking. Losing it. Uto! That was close. Not quite sure if it would have counted if it went down. But we have played 2 quarters here at the Dolphins Arena. And things looking good for Nagoya as they lead this encounter. They're up by 16. Some of the action here from the first half. Put back there from Cody Clark. And we're going to be showing the numbers in just a bit. From the outside, Matsui hitting. Now going inside. Big man Josh Smith getting his own miss. Puts it through. Three not going to work. And they're off and running. The boys in red look for every opportunity. And they got a couple of slams like that one from Cody Clark. First quarter ended in favor of Nagoya by 6, 29-23. And they poured on the pressure in the second period. Though Julian Mavunga hit that three there. Look at this well-run fast break. Hands it over to Clark. Could have easily gone to Rob Dozier as well. Mavunga loses it. He had 3 turnovers here. They go inside. Scott Etherton running the floor so quickly. And the lead just continued to balloon. There's another turnover here from Julian Mavunga. Quick finish there from Saito. Trying to push it forward. Here was one of the few times that the boys in white got an easy slam. Another turnover. And Scott gets away. How can you miss Scott Etherton? He should be the first person you look for in the break. And then Josh Smith with an unsportsmanlike foul there. That was like a punch to the face. Etherton went down but was not out for the count. He would make 2 free throws and they'd get possession after that. Dwight Ramos would hit this 3. Tries to keep them in the ball game. So after the lead went up to 23, it's down to 16 here at the halftime break. Nice rally put together there by the visiting squad just to get a little closer. As you take a look at the numbers, from 2-point distance, Nagoya shooting 66%, almost the same percentage as Toyama at 64. But the big difference was from 3-point distance, 45%, 5 out of 11 here for Nagoya, while they made 5 threes, but shooting out of 15 for 33%. Look at the free throws. That is what really made the difference. Plus 10 here for Nagoya. When we look at 4 and 11, those are the turnovers. So just 4 turnovers. Nagoya taking real good care of the basketball. 26, 18, those are the points in the paint. And 21 and 10, those are bench points. So Nagoya getting a lot of points from their players coming off the bench. Looking at the rebounding story, Toyama actually leads there, plus 5. Assists, just about even. 15 for Toyama, 14 for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. But as they say, games aren't won in the first half. But obviously, Nagoya will be glad to have this 16-point cushion. You can see right behind the bench of Toyama, a lot of Grouses fans inside the Dolphins arena. Once again, we'd like to welcome you back here to B.LEAGUE action. This Saturday afternoon, for all the fans in the Philippines, you can catch all the B.LEAGUE action you want on Tap Sports, Tap Go, the Smart GigaPlay app, and the Puso Pilipinas Facebook page and YouTube channel, head-to-head. Though a while ago, you saw the averages of Julian Mavunga. There he is on your screens. Scott Etherton. Already, though, with 14 points and 5 rebounds here today. Mavunga will start here in the second half, just like what he did in the ball game. We'll update that head-to-head matchup for you in a bit. Here we go, third period underway. First possession to the hosts. Cody Clark finds Etherton. They send a double. Saito will hand it down. They gotta make their move now. Shot clock at 1. That's not gonna beat the shot clock. Nakahigashi had control of the basketball and was just forced to put that one up. That's going to go down as a turnover, the first possession of Nagoya. Toyama going to come closer here. They had a nice closing 7-0 run to end the second period. Come to within 16. Here's Ramos up against Scott. Bounce pass to the corner. Matsui. And the lead is at 14. Continuing their run, coming up with defensive stops and scoring on the offensive end. Saito finds Scott. They go to Parks. Parks inside to Etherton. He thought he was fouled. They just put that one up. There was no call, but it's going to drop anyhow. Stopping their drought. Uto inside. Taking advantage of the height mismatch there. Uto is 6'1". Saito is 5'8". Saito though launches a 3, will miss. Long rebound. Falls right back into the hands of the boys in red. Missed shot there. Nakahigashi taking 2 shots already here. Foul's going to be called there on Cody Clark. That's going to be the second on Clark. There's confirmation. Will they go inside? Yes, they will. And that's going to be another foul on Cody Clark. That's going to be number 3. That's good strategy coming here from the visiting squad. Why not challenge Cody Clark? 2 quick fouls and he's going to hit the bench. Dozier will check in for sure. Rob has really not had an impact in this match yet. Let's see if it happens here. No, they're not sending in Dozier. They're going to send in the big boy Hariyama. Harimoto check that. Hariyama is on the other side. Saito with a block. And the aforementioned Harimoto hits coming off the bench. Turns out to be a stroke of genius here from Coach Sean Dennis. Mavunga. Double team there. They go to Bryce. Bryce spins, puts up the right-handed shot, and hits. That cuts the lead down to 15. Parks for 3. A little bit offline. Mavunga with the rebound. And he gives it up. Uto, will he attack once again? Yes, he will. In the interior. That's going to drop. They need to make an adjustment there defensively. Uto already 2 quick baskets. Lead is now down to 13. Nakahigashi. Here's Uto. You can see the size mismatch there up against Saito. Calling out the play. Goes to Julian. Mavunga explodes. Foul's going to be called there on Harimoto. That's going to be the second personal foul on Harimoto. Just giving out a little bit too much space there on the left. The foul's going to be called on Parks as he reached in. That's going to be the first on Ray Ray. Mavunga misses the first. As we take a look at Coach Hono Hamaguchi and his brain trust. One of the main reasons why Coach Sean Dennis maybe hasn't sent in Rob Dozier yet, because he himself has got 2 personal fouls. His squad's got a pretty good lead at 15. Missed free throws, but it's going to fall into the lap here of Dwight Ramos. Here's Uto once again, attacks, throws it up. And a slam there, put back there from Bryce Johnson. And Coach Sean Dennis doesn't like what he's seeing so far here. At the start of the 3rd period, he'll call this timeout with his squad still up by 13. Back to the action here at the Dolphins Arena. .6:19 remaining in the 3rd period, and a foul's going to be called there, stopping the action on Uto. It's 63-50. Up on top still are the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Sticking a little bit too close there was Uto. That's going to be Uto's 3rd. Etherton trying to make his move. 4 seconds remaining. 3, not going to drop there for Harimoto. If this gets down to 11, maybe we might see the entry of Rob Dozier. Uto to the other side. Ramos. That's not going to drop. Trying to go to the other end. Harimoto with a handoff. Saito now. Not too much movement coming here, and so Saito will just launch. And it's going to be a loose ball foul called on Harimoto. As he apologizes there to Uto with a slap on his back. Harimoto now is going to pick up 2 quick fouls here in the 3rd period. He's going to stay in. They need his height. They need his hustle. And they're trying to buy a little bit more time for their imports. Saito asking to be replaced here. He looks a little bit winded. Ariyama checks in and hits. And the lead has been cut down to 10. We got a ball game. Ito rushes over to the scorer's table. Saito. Nice find. Harimoto trying to get inside. He's going to lose possession. A little bit of over-eagerness there to take on Uto, who he knew had 3 personal fouls. Watch it here. Uto lucky to get away with that one, knowing that he was able to pull the chair out from under Harimoto. Halfway gone here in the third. Now chance of defense because their squad, who once had a 23-point lead, now just lead by 10. What a comeback here in the third by the boys in white. And they're not stopping. Here's Mavunga with the handoff. Three is going to hit. Kevin Hariyama has got 2 threes here in the third. He's got 9 points total. Leads now just down to a precarious 7. Saito, no. On the wings, Bryce Johnson with a layup. The lead is now down to 5. And now they send in Rob Dozier. He should have been sent in a little bit earlier. Foul's going to be called there. That's going to be on Bryce. And that's going to be number 3. So we might have see the entry right now of Josh Smith. There's confirmation, and now Bryce will have to sit down, but a good rally being put together here by the visiting squad. And here comes big boy Josh Smith. Bryce Johnson leaves with 16 points, 6 rebounds. Etherton was quiet here in the third. He finished the first half with 14 points. Now he's got 16, so he's only added 2. He does have 6 boards to go with 2 assists. But now they're going to need his scoring. Their 23-point lead has dwindled down to 5. It's now at 6. Now back up to 7. Here comes Rob Dozier. 2 fouls in all. Dozier with no score yet here. But he's one of the toughest defending imports. Let's see if he can come up with some stops here in this end. He's going to come up with a foul there. And that's going to be number 3 on Rob. He hardly got into the game. And now, that's a hacking foul. No question about that one. I don't know what he's pointing at. You really fouled him, Rob. And you got him good. Uto with a very good third period here, taking advantage of the much smaller Saito early in the third period, and here attacking early and getting that third personal foul on Rob Dozier. Gonna make both and leads down to 5. A lot of time to be played still here in the third, and we've got an entire 10 minutes in the fourth. They go to Cody Clark. Clark launches a 3, will come up short. Uto with the rebound. Let's see, they go inside to Josh Smith. Well, they were going, but Smith wasn't making his move. Miscommunication there. That would have been an easy 2 for Josh Smith. Clark once again will attack. Finds Dozier inside. Dozier with his first 2 points. Dozier with 2 points, 1 assist as his only contributions here today. But the lead is back up to 7. Dwight Ramos is checked back in. They need some firepower from the Filipino. Hariyama, they go inside to Josh Smith. Inside, Dwight Ramos for 2. That's a nice cut. Perfect bounce pass. And scoring very quickly is Carino. Lead is back up to 7. Under 3 minutes to be played here. Josh Smith against 3 defenders. Who's the foul going to be on? He actually made contact close to the face of Rob Dozier. Elbow very, very close, and Rob Dozier is going to pick up his 4th personal foul, and he's saying, I can't get a break. What does Coach Sean Dennis opt to do here? Says he's going to send Scott Etherton back. So it's now Cody Clark on the floor with 3. Bryce Johnson with 3s on the bench here for the boys in white. Uto, the only other player in foul trouble, is also resting right there beside Julian Mavunga. Smith with the free throw. Cuts the lead down to 6. They need some offense. Inside to Bryce. Excuse me, to Cody. Cody might have traveled. And they're going to call a 3-second violation on the boys in red. 2 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the third. Hariyama calling out the play, saying, I'm free down at the corner. Let's see if they try to find him. On the outside now, Bryce is going to get it taken away. Cody Clark with an easy slam here. Bryce Johnson just checked in. He got his pocket picked. And the lead right back up to 8. And a quick timeout going to be called here by the Toyama Grouses. Final 2 minutes here of the action in the third period. Toyama has come to within 5. But now, it's back up to a more comfortable 8. Bryce will find Hariyama. Nice active hands once again there by Ray Parks. And it's going to be a turnover. Well, it's going to be a jump ball situation as we take a look at the possession arrow. Halt in play. And they say possession arrow shows Toyama. So we're staying here in this end. Inside to Bryce. Kamisawa puts that one up. Over to Dwight Ramos. Almost a foul there by Hariyama. Clark will get it back. Clark with the jumper. He's keeping Toyama at bay here with timely baskets. Not to mention a defensive stop just a while ago. Ramos tries to make his move. Up against Ray Parks. Will go inside to the big man. Josh Smith a little bit outside of his comfort zone. Foul's going to be called there on Ito. 49.9 seconds remaining here in the third kanto. That's going to be the third personal foul on Ito. Not really too much of a problem for Coach Sean Dennis because he has Takumi Saito ready and rested for the fourth period. The only problem there is he's going to give 2 free throws here for Toshiki Kamisawa. Coach Hono keeps looking at the scoreboard because he knows his team is within striking distance heading now into the fourth. A while ago, it didn't look like it, being down by 23. Kamisawa makes both. They push it forward once again. Parks to Clark. Ito will attack in no man's land. Loses it. Kamisawa pushing. Kamisawa still. Hariyama for 3. That's a foul. 3 free throws coming up here for Kevin Hariyama. That's going to be the fourth personal foul on Ito. Clearly made contact there. That's going to be his fourth personal, and he just might not see him back in the ball game, especially if Saito does well. Here's Saito, their starting point guard. He has had an MVP-like season so far here. Hariyama with 3 free throws, makes the first. That could get his team to within 2. Sean Dennis looking on, wondering what happened to his 23-point lead. It just evaporated. Smattering of Grouses fans here inside the Dolphins arena. Mito's getting ready to check in. Toyama has 2 fouls to give. Hariyama will make all 3. Coming in is Ryumo Ono. They want to use his 6'6" frame together with Mito. Mito standing 6'1" on your screens there. Difference of about 7 seconds from the shot clock and game clock, but expect the boys in white to use some fouls. Here's Clark with the handoff to Parks. There's a switch and there's a foul. Hariyama can't believe it, but he says, okay, I'll accept it. That's his first. 17 seconds remaining in the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. Toyama still with 1 more foul to give before they get into the penalty. Will they use it? They hand it off. Scott Easterton. That's when they could have used it. They didn't, and it's not going to cost them. They're not going to get a shot off. But Toyama got the stop that they were looking for. A fantastic third period here for the visiting squad. They scored 31 big points and only allowing Nagoya 17. They've turned things around, but they still trail by 2. It's 73 for Nagoya, 71 for Toyama. Julian Mavunga back in harness here for the Toyama Grouses. He's really not had the kind of game expected out of Julian, Mr. Triple-Double Machine. Let's see what he's able to come up with here at the start of the fourth, because his team now in the thick of the battle. Comes up with a tip ball there. All the fans inside Dolphins Arena need to see their team score here. Clark with the move. Finds Etherton. That's a breakdown in defense here for the boys in white. And Scott with a slam. A little bit more comfortable 4-point edge. Mavunga. Lead pass. Finds Ono. Now they're going to get it back to Julian. Why not? Gives it up to Ono though. Now they find Julian up against Parks. Ray's going to pick up his first. Check that. He's going to pick up a foul. His second. His first here in the fourth, and also the first team foul for the boys in red. They switch over. Cody Clark now is going to take Julian Mavunga. He's got another 14 seconds to work with. A little bit more time. Mavunga now up against Etherton. They're going to have to put up a hurried shot. Hariyama for three. A little bit too strong. Rebound there for Clark. Pushes it forward. Carino to Parks. Parks in no hurry. Parks will get it back though. That's a lucky break here for the boys in red. They're just checking on Hariyama. That tip ball actually hit Hariyama, and it went right back there to Ray Parks as he finished on the break. Was asking for a foul on Bryce Johnson. None given. Bryce, remember, has got 3 fouls. He had to stay away. Lead is back up to 6 here. Good start for Nagoya in the fourth. Hariyama with a curl. Gives it up to Julian. Mavunga, a little bit of a hesitation. Spinning and hits. That was a very difficult basket there. Saito back in control. That's off the foot of Carino. But they're going to say it's going to stay here in this end. A little bit of a break there for Nagoya. Carino will now be replaced. And here comes one of their starters. Taito Nakahigashi. Baseline inbound Parks. To Scott. Scott has really not asserted himself too much here in the second half. Unlike what he did in the first 2 periods of play. Clark. The pass a little bit too high. And he apologizes. Not quite sure even if Nakahigashi jumped, if he could have actually reached out for that one. Bryce bring it down against Scott. Now move it to Mavunga. That has been their strategy this entire match. Usually we have Mavunga bringing it down from the backcourt. Mavunga will attack. They're going to call a blocking foul on Parks. That was a bang-bang play. That could have gone either way. Parks doesn't like the call. That's going to be number 3 on him. Well, he was clearly still moving. Wasn't as close as I initially thought. That just goes to show you how tough the job is of a referee. Dwight Ramos is going to check back in. Ray Parks, his contribution. He's got 10 points, 1 rebound and 2 assists. Mavunga's gonna miss from the free throw line. He's had a few misses already from there. And now we're approaching the crucial stage of this match. Uto's gonna check back in. Uto's got 4. But he's a critical player here for the boys in white. Mavunga makes a second, cuts the lead down to just 3. Etherton will be replaced. Dozier is going to check in. I think they want Scott fresh for the final 5 minutes. They're going to send in Dozier. If he fouls out, he fouls out, I guess. He's got 4, remember. They're trying to save Scott. He's more critical to their team here. At least today. Clark left open for 3. He's going to come up short. Mito with the rebound. Hands it off. Uto. Quickly they go inside to Josh Smith. The handoff to Uto. Now they're going to reset. Mavunga for 3. No. Josh Smith got the inside track, and that's going to be a foul on Cody Clark. That's going to be number 4 on Cody. Now maybe you send Scott Etherton right back in because he's got more height. Clark at 6'7". Scott Etherton at 6'9". You're going to gamble here as they bring in the big boy Hariyama once again in his 6'6" frame. Dozier with the board. That's a big rebound. Here comes Parks. If you're just joining us late, both these teams on 3-game winning streaks as Ray Parks hits inside the paint and gives his team another 5-point advantage. Whose streak will come to an end and whose streak will continue? We'll find out. 3 on the way, a little bit too strong. Josh Smith with the rebound. Mavunga for 3, rattles out. Parks comes in, and that rebound will stay here with Nagoya. Saito. Extra pass. Nakahigashi for 3. No. Here's Dwight. Goes to his stronger right side. Foul's going to be called on Parks. That will be number 4 on Ray. Very good move. Attacking the defense quickly here for Parks. And Dwight Ramos will now head to the line. He was looking for a 3-point play all the way there the moment he felt the contact. There's confirmation. Parks with his 4th. So 4 fouls for Parks. 4 fouls for Dozier. And on the bench, 4 fouls for Cody Clark. Parks will be replaced. They need him for the stretch run. Coach Sean Dennis now surveying the situation. It's a good move. Sending Scott Etherton back. He's going to give them stability. Not to mention he's one of the few imports that are on the floor that isn't in foul trouble. Nice basket there. So Coach Hono knows everything's still to be played for here. His team just down by 3. They got to come up with some stops though. That's a perfect pass. Scott can't hit from the inside though. Mavunga trying to race down court. Ramos kicks it out. Matsube is checked in, so more outside gunners for the boys in white. Mavunga will be fouled. Scott Etherton doesn't like the call. I don't think he's aware he picked up a foul there. He thought it was going the other way. Continuing to plead his case, but the foul's gonna stick. He says he was just staying in step there, and at the same time, Mavunga latched onto him. Only the first personal foul in Etherton. Mavunga makes the second. He's missed 4 free throws already here today. So uncharacteristic of Julian. Clearly a foul there on Uto, and he's done. He looks up and he says, "Do I have 4? Yes, you have 4, sir." Clearly a hacking foul. Oh, they say it's only his 4th. Check that. Dozier from the 15-foot line. Sweet shot. Ladies back up to 4. As we approach the halfway mark, Uto will attack once again. And he squeezes that to win. Lead back down to 2. Duty foul going to be called there on Matsui. That's only going to be 3rd team foul for Toyama. Nagoya, on the other hand, already in the penalty. The first there for the gunner Matsui. Saito hands it over to Etherton. Will get it back. Shot clock wasn't running. Gonna have to make an adjustment here. Mavunga there talking to Josh Smith, seeing what adjustments they could be able to make here. Their team is just down by a basket. They've clawed back all the way down from 23 big points. Looking for another stop here. Saito, last minute. Shot gets deflected. Dozier to the corner. Saito, open 3, all day to shoot. That's going to rim out. Rebound from Matsui. And here comes Uto. Uto gets stopped in his tracks by the big boy Hariyama. Now Mavunga. Uto. Matsui will bring it closer. Josh Smith inside battling. And that might be a foul on Hariyama. Harimoto, check that. There's the foul on the back on number 8. Then Ketsu Harimoto. 4:31 remaining in this one as we get to this technical timeout. Josh Smith, important free throws coming up here for the big man. To get his team even closer. He's going to get the shooter's touch. That's going to roll in. Looking to tie things up here with his free throw. Could we be looking at only our second deadlock of the ball game? Yes, we have it. 81 apiece. This is going to set up for an exciting finish. 4:20 remaining. Almost a turnover. Saito. Trying to go inside to Scott. Let's see if Scott is a little bit more aggressive than we've seen him here in the second half. Floater not going to work. There's Scott. Can't put it through. That was from point blank range, and a chance here for Toyama to get their first taste of the lead. Matsui for three. A little bit offline. We're still tied at 81. We go to Parks. Parks back up to the top. Ito now in the ball game. There's a curl. Dozier kicks it out. Parks, extra pass. Etherton from the outside from 17 feet. It hits. 2-point lead right now here for Nagoya. Now chance of defense. Toyama has come all the way back from 23. Here's Mavunga. Inside, outside basketball. Dwight Ramos. And he's going to be called for a violation. Hariyama loves it. Harimoto, check that. Tenketsu has done his job. Look at him blanketing Dwight Ramos there. Well, the fans here inside Dolphins Arena got the stop that they were looking for. Here comes Ito still. Surprisingly, no Takumi Saito, their starting point. They hand it off. Parks for three. Just short. Ramos with the rebound. Finds Uto. Let's see if they try to go to Julian Mavunga and ask him to create. And there you have it. Mavunga up against Ito. Mavunga kicks it out. Ramos. Shot clock is at 4. They've got to take this one. Ramos with a jumper. No. Etherton with a rebound. Still a lot of time remaining. And the boys in red know it. They need to score here. Clark has checked back in. A little bit more familiarity with the boys in red. Clark on the outside. Brings it closer. Switches to the left hand. He'll miss though. Uto is going to claim this one. 2:02 remaining. Harimoto quickly looks up at the big scoreboard. His team still up by 2. The boys in white with possession. Lead pass finds Uto. Uto inside to Mavunga. Mavunga for 3. Short. He'll track that down, but they're going to say he stepped on the sideline. Suddenly, both these teams going cold in the final minute and a half. Final 2 minutes here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ito with a floater hits. That's going to give them a comfortable 4-point lead. It's not 23 points, but as far as they're concerned, they're up. Timeout will be called here by Toyama. Exactly 100 seconds remaining in this one. Nagoya up 85 to 81. Julia Mavunga with a pedestrian 9 points here. He does have 7 assists, but only 2 rebounds. Not a regular day in the office for Julian. Here he is, up against Cody. They go inside to Matsui. There's a size mismatch there. Matsui can't kiss it off the glass, but Bryce is there to clean things up. Cuts the lead back down to just 2. On the offense, though, is Ito. Clark calling out the play. Ito. Outside of Cody Clark. Now to Scott. Scott making his turn. Everybody thought that was a foul, and they stopped. Scott Etherton went up, hit that basket, and the lead is back up to 4. Under a minute remaining in this one. Might have been a slight nudge. Ramos. They're wasting a little bit more time than they should. Ramos attacks. Forces it up. That's a turnover. Wasn't quite sure what they were trying to do there. 35.1 seconds remaining in this one. I'm surprised they're not going to Julia Mavunga to create and then even take the last second shot. He's got a lot more experience than Dwight. Taking his time here is Ito. They go outside. Cody Clark. That might have been the dagger. Ray Parks for the dagger. Yes! Parks hits that 3. 14.5 seconds remaining in this one. And it's a 7-point lead for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Parks loving it. So do the fans here inside Dolphins Arena. .5 seconds remaining in this one. 7-point lead to a 3-possession ball game. They're going to need some quick threes. Hariyama puts that one up. Will be short. They're going to run out of time here. Hariyama brings it closer. His 2-pointer is going to drop. They get it inside to Parks. And they're not going to foul anymore. It's a lost cause and a 5-point victory here for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. They're going to win this one 90 to 85. What a solid fourth period here for Nagoya. They yielded 31 points in the third period to Toyama. But then they clamped down on defense here in the fourth period, allowing Toyama just 12 points while scoring 17 of their own. And they're going to win this one by a comfortable 5-point margin. Pretty good comeback here by Toyama to make it an entertaining game. But as far as Coach Hono Hamaguchi is concerned, there are no moral victories. A loss is a loss, and Toyama will drop to 7 wins, 13 defeats. Nagoya, on the other hand, will improve to 13 victories against 7 losses. Toyama will be exiting now, as we're going to be hearing from the squad of Nagoya in just a little bit. We're going to hear from Coach Sean Dennis and some of the stars here of the boys in red. Disappointing afternoon for that piece of the crowd. Their team tried to make it interesting, but it wasn't enough. You can see there the quarter scoring. A tremendous third period for Toyama as they came back, made a game out of it. We were actually tied at 81 each. But a nice last-minute surge will give the victory here for the Diamond Dolphins. They're just setting things up so that the fans, together with us, can listen to Coach Sean Dennis and some of the other players. We're going to break down the numbers as well. And also take a look at the highlights of the first few minutes leading up to the fourth. Parks, very happy. Together with Dozier on the right and Cody Clark on the left. Well, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. The holiday spirit is abound. There's Scott Etherton, one of the heroes today. Didn't really have a good second half compared to his first 2 quarters, but he finished with 24 big markers, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Ably backed up by Ray Parks, who had 15, 2, and 3. Not to mention Cody Clark also with 16 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists. And here we're going to hear from Coach Sean Dennis.
それでも、局面においてここぞという大事な場面でですね、皆さんの声援が間違いなくチームを後押しし、そしてドルフィンズアリーナの空気を作ったと言っても過言ではありません。皆さん熱い応援ありがとうございました。それではまずショーン・デニスヘッドコーチに本日の試合を振り返っていただきます。お願いします。
皆さんこんにちは。It certainly was a game of 2 halves. The first half, obviously, we were very good, particularly defensively early on. But part of growing as a team is going through these types of obstacles and problems throughout games and finding ways to still come up with a victory. And I thought our guys did a great job of that today.
本当に2試合やったような感じで、前半はディフェンスがすごくうまくて調子良かったのに、後半がそれがいまいちでしたが、選手全員が一丸となっていい勝利を取ったと思います。今まだ育ってるチームなので、こういうのを乗り越えてどんどん上手くなっていきます。
Toyama is a very talented team and very capable of scoring points, and something we were aware of going into the game, and they showed that in the second half. So it's important for us to go away and see why we had our struggles to score, and they were able to score so many second half points, and make sure we come out and give you guys more to cheer about tomorrow.
富山は本当にうまいチームで点が取れるチームなので、それも意識をして出てきたんですが、ちょっと点が取られすぎたところを、もう一回振り返ってどうやって明日調整して戻ってくるかで、明日また皆様の応援と、楽しめる試合にしたいと思います。
Once again, thank you so much for your support. It means so much to us all, and we'll see you all tomorrow. ありがとうございます。
本当皆様のサポート大事なので、明日もまた見に来てください。ありがとうございます。
Very well spoken
ありがとうございました。
Coach Sean Dennis,
それでは、
as he lauded the effort of his team, but he says they're still going to study exactly what transpired here today because they want to come up with back-to-back victories and possibly a 5-game winning streak with a victory over this very same team, the Toyama Grouses. Here in the B-League, they always play back-to-back, but tomorrow our coverage will shift over to the San Neo Phoenix up against Osaka Evesa. That's going to be at 1 in the afternoon. And now, let's hear from one of the heroes, Scott Etherton.
スコット・エサトン選手にお越しいただきました。非常にハードな試合だったと思いますけれども、勝利おめでとうございます。まずは今日の試合振り返っていかがでしたでしょうか。
I mean, it was a tough game for us, but sometimes they're ugly. And at the end of the day, we're happy to get a win, and just want to thank everyone for your support.
確かに難しい試合でしたが、最終的には勝ったので、嬉しいです。皆様のサポート本当にありがとうございます。
今日はエサトン選手、チームハイ、そしてゲームハイの24得点、そしてリバウンドは9つということで、もう少しダブルダブルというところでしたけれども、今日のご自身の活躍振り返っていかがでしょうか。
I mean, the stats are okay, but I felt like I missed some easy ones, and it's just kind of the way that our team we were moving. We missed a lot of easy ones tonight, but like I said, we're just happy to get the win.
スタッツはいいんですが、ちょっと自分では外したショットもいくつかあったし、チームのちょっと慌ててたところで外したショットが全体的に多かったのをちょっとそこを直していきたいと思います。でも最終的には勝てたので嬉しいです。
ずっとチームから入ってですね、シーズンから見てると誰よりも走り、そして献身的にプレーをし、なかなかスコアには現れていない部分もありましたけども、今回初めての MVP ということになりました。いつも大きな力を本当チームに与えてくれていると思いますけども、いつもどんなことを心がけてプレーしてますでしょうか。
I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help the team win. We have a good group of guys, and everyone likes it here, so we just want to be successful this season.
本当に勝つために何でもやろうとはしています。本当にいいチームメイトに囲まれて、全員で勝ちたいっていう意識が高いので、それをやり続けたいと思います。
ぜひドルファミの皆さんに、最後メッセージをお願いします。
Thank you for your support, and we hope you guys continue to support us.
いつもサポートありがとうございます。引き続きよろしくお願いします。
今日の MVP スコット・エサトン選手
Very
でした。
soft-spoken
それでは
Scott Etherton,
エサトン選手には
not showing us the aggressiveness that he showed on the floor when the game is on. We're going to have his signature here.
書いていただくサインボードはですね、スポーツギフティングサービスエンゲートのイベントに入手する
But
ことができます。
4 straight victories now here for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. The 3-game winning streak of Toyama
開催期
has
間
come
中
to a
に
halt.
エサトン選手にギフティングを行いまして、1位になった方にプレゼントをさせていただきます。エンゲートイベントページで詳細をご確認ください。それではサインをバッチリいただきました。エサトン選手おめでとうございます。
We're going to be showing now the highlights of the match that just finished. What a shy individual here. But the moment the ball goes up, suddenly you can see that aggressiveness has been turned on like a light switch. These two teams, as we mentioned, entered with 3-game winning streaks. And so they were both in a rhythm. They were both on a roll. Here's Dwight Ramos. Kicks it out. Matsui. He found his mark early, but he couldn't hit late. Josh Smith with a drop step there. That's how big he is. That ball falling right to him. He would get a delay of game warning there. But the boys in red always ran when they could. And they found some easy baskets, like that one there from a slam from Cody Clark. First period ended 29-23 in favor of Nagoya. And they continue to pour on the pressure. And this second quarter, despite that shot there from Julia Mavunga, was owned by Nagoya. Easy handoff there. Clark puts that through. Mavunga with just too many mistakes here today. Parks and company took advantage. Look at Scott Etherton racing down court, out sprinting Josh Smith. There's another turnover from Julian. And off and running was Saito. We didn't see Saito finishing the ball game. Not quite sure if he was under the weather. But it was Ito who would finish things off, as we saw the slam there from Bryce Johnson. Another one of the turnovers, which is converted into points. Everybody lost track of Scott Etherton. Josh Smith would try to go to work, but he came up with a slight slap on the face there of Scott. That will be called an unsportsmanlike foul. Dwight Ramos with hit. He finished in double figures, but it was not enough to help his team come up with a victory. At the halftime break, it was 56-40 in favor of Nagoya. And then, in the third, Uto went to work together with the rest of the Grouses. Harimoto would lose possession there. He did play extremely good defense on the other side, though, this entire second half, which helped contribute to the win. There he is, trying to stop Mavunga. Hariyama is going to hit a three. He would hit back-to-back. But again, just running down as quickly as they possibly can. Dozier with his only 2 points there. Off a slam. Bryce just checked in. Cody takes it away from him and puts it through with some flourish. But that third period still really belonged to the visitors, wherein they scored 31 points and they held Nagoya to just 17. So as we enter the fourth, it was a 2-point advantage held by Nagoya. And then Scott Easterton went to work here in the fourth. Mavunga would score. He wasn't his usual dominating self, though. He was running down quite well. I'm not sure if he was under the weather. Dozier would hit. And then Uto. Uto was all over the place. But his hustle, his points, wasn't enough. At least not today. Etherton with that shot from 17 feet. This is going to be a 3-second violation called on Dwight Ramos. And there, as I mentioned, Harimoto doing his job. And then Ito with a big basket. That gave them a little bit more breathing space. And Dwight Ramos with a failed offensive thrust here. Lost his footing. And Ray Park said, let's put this one to bed. Hitting this three. Giving them a 7-point lead. And that was all she wrote. Nagoya wins their 4th straight, winning this one over Toyama with a score of 90-85. As we take a look at the numbers, they're very, very close. From 2-point distance, 64% to 66%. From 3-point country, 30% to 29%. Free throws, you can see 15 out of 15, 100%. But making 17 out of 23, was Toyama to keep it close. They missed those 6 free throws. That could have changed the tide. Definitely the real story here were the turnovers. 9 turnovers only for Nagoya, 15 for Toyama. They also had more points in the paint, 48 to 34. Look at the rebounding story. Quite surprisingly, 38 rebounds for Toyama, only 23 for Nagoya. But still, despite that discrepancy, Nagoya is going to win this one. Take a look at the leading scorers. Etherton with 24. We've got Cody Clark with 16 and Parks with 15. For the losers, we have Bryce Johnson there with 20. 12 points for Kevin Hariyama and 11 points there for Dwight Ramos. Quite possibly we're going to be showing you the other leaders. We've shown you the leaders in terms of points. And now we'll go to this matchup. This is what we were looking at all throughout from the start of the game, from the halftime, and now, after 4 quarters, a totally dominating performance here by Scott, except in the assists department. But more than anything else, Scott's going to say, we're going home with a W. We've won 4 straight and looking to make it 5 when we face you again tomorrow. Once again, for all the fans in the Philippines, you can catch all the action of the B.LEAGUE on Tap Sports, Tap Go, the Smart GigaPlay app, and the Puso Pilipinas Facebook page and YouTube channel. And tomorrow, the game is going to be Osaka Evesa up against the San Anil Phoenix and 30 Ravenna. That's going to do it here for our coverage. In behalf of everybody from the B.LEAGUE, thanks for joining us. Till next time, take care. Have a great Saturday ahead. God bless.